So welcome to this workshop on e-journals and ebooks. So the goal of this workshop is to introduce you to these kinds of resources, what the Covenant Library has, where to find them, and how to use them. So let's dive in and take a look at some ebooks. Now there's a couple ways to look for ebooks. So one, on the library website, there's this ebooks search link right here underneath the catalog search. Under other catalogs, you can click that ebooks link to be taken to a search interface that looks something like this. You can search for ebooks here. So what do we have in this ebook search? So this is a EBSCO host interface, much like many of our other research databases that we have. And what's in there are EBSCO ebooks. Now these are ebooks that Covenant owns that are part of our permanent collection. We have about 3,100 of them, mostly from major publishers in theology and biblical studies. So that includes InterVarsity Press, Baker Publishing, Bloomsbury and T&T Clark, Westminster John Knox, Crossway, Cambridge University Press, Eerdmans, and Oxford University Press, among others. And that also includes some biblical commentaries. Now with these books, you do have to watch out for user limits. So when we buy an ebook, we often the default is to get it so that one person at a time can use it. Sometimes we can get it where 3 people at a time can use it, or even maybe unlimited numbers of people can use it at a time. But depending on the book, there may or may not be some user limit, so do watch out for that. Just because it says that's in the catalog, it may be checked out to another user or in use by someone else at that time. Also in there is a collection called EMO, and this is from a library network that we're part of called Mobius, and so this is a shared collection. There are about 200,000, over 200,000 ebooks from a wide variety of academic fields. It's not just religion and theology, it's all academic fields. Science, humanities, any field you can think of, it's in there. There's even some public library types of books, K through 12 material. Most of it is academic material though. Now these titles, all of them are unlimited users, so you'll never have a problem accessing titles from that collection. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like live. So I pop over to my web browser. So here I am at the Covenant Library website, covenantseminary.edu/library. And I'll scroll down to the catalog search area and click the ebooks option. And we'll go in there, and tonight I'm going to look for Christian ethics. And we'll do a search and I get my results. And we can see, for example, the number 2 here, Christian Ethics, a Historical Introduction. If I click into that to see the detailed record, if I scroll down, you can see the concurrent user level right there. It's a limited user access, 1 copy available. Now, it doesn't mean that one copy is presently available. It'll always say that whether or not that copy is in use. That just says that we only have 1 copy that can be used at a time. And let's go in and we can click on the PDF to go in and see that book. Let that load up for a second. Taking a little longer than usual. I'm going to cancel out of that for now. We'll try a different one. Let's go down to Applied Christian Ethics here. And we scroll down again, concurrent user level, so we can see that this one is unlimited. So every Covenant student could be using this book at the same time. That's no problem. And in this one, there's 2 format options. You can get a PDF where you see the page images, so they would be numbered pages, just as if you would be looking at a print book. The EPUB is an e-reader format where the text is not broken up into pages and is reflowable and can be, the size of the text can be changed to fit your screen and your viewing comfort level. So let's take a look at this. So I'll click on the PDF here, and hopefully this one will go through this time. Networker. Let's try to EPUB. So of course they're going to have a system downtime right when I'm going to try and demo their interface. Okay. You may have to move on and come back to this later. Let me try one more time. Okay, we'll come back to this when they have resolved their issues. So let's move on. So there's another option for searching for ebooks, and that is through the Covenant catalog. So you can do a search up here in the search bar, or you can click here on Covenant to do an advanced search, which is what we're going to want to do, so we can limit our search results to just ebooks. So ebooks in the Covenant catalog, what do we have there? So we have those EBSCO ebooks, the Covenant-owned ebooks on that EBSCO platform. Those are all in our library catalog. We have selections from that EMO collection from Mobius, the library network. We have selected just the titles that we feel are most relevant to our context in Covenant Seminary, and have included those in our catalog as well. We have books from Cambridge University Press on their Cambridge Core platform, biblical studies and theology books. We also have Project Muse. We have the Hermeneia commentary series on that platform. And we have this collection of ACLS Humanities ebooks. They're university presses, scholarly publishers. That's about 5,400 ebooks in the fields of study in the humanities and social sciences. And the scholarly publishers, there includes the Society of Biblical Literature. So it'd be very relevant to some of our research here. So let's take a look at searching in the catalogs. I'll pop back over to the browser. Let's go back to the library homepage there. And I'm going to pop down to the Covenant catalog and choose advanced search over here on the right-hand side. One of my search options is to do an advanced search, gives me more options. So I can do Christian ethics for my search, and then I'm going to scroll down, and there's a material type limiter here, and one of the options is ebook. So I can say I just want to see the ebooks on Christian ethics. Let me run that search. And the first one up here, Applied Christian Ethics. This is one that we were just looking at. This is one of those EMO Mobius ebooks. So you just click the Covenant link. If you're off campus, this would be when you would be required to sign in. And hey, we got in this time. Great. So now we can go back and show how this works. So again, so this is one of those EBSCO ebooks. This is from the Mobius collection. And when you go in, you can read this ebook online. You can page through the document. So this brought up the EPUB version. So you can increase the size of the text, make it it's kind of small to begin with. You can go through the table of contents here and navigate your way through and just read this online. Again, this is an unlimited user ebook since it's from the Mobius collection, so you can pop in here at any time and read this. If it's one of our limited user ebooks, you may want to save some information from this. So another option is you have these little download buttons, next to each section or chapter. And so you can download just that chapter. Now that will be subject to these publisher permissions up here. So this ebook you can print, email, or save 60 pages from the book. So I can click that download and grab that chapter. That one chapter is 8 pages. If I want, I can go up to this larger section here and get that chapter 52 pages. That's pretty near the limit, but I can get that whole chapter and download as a PDF. That PDF that you download is yours forever. It's just subject to those page limitations, limited number of pages that you can download. The last option is that you can download, over here in the top right, download the entire book. And so you can download that to your computer, download that to your mobile device, and you'll have that for a limited time. So it checks out just like you would a print book from the library. You get it for up to 2 weeks. You can select how long you want it, and then that'll and then you can use it on your device. You can use it offline, and you don't have to worry about someone else using the book and preventing your access. And so, of course, we're going to get a network error again. So while we're waiting for that to sort out, we go to the library homepage. We have a help page on our website about how to get set up to check out and download ebooks. So if I go here and hit Guides and Help, you can scroll down to the Download eBooks tile there, or I can just come up here to the search and type in ebooks. That should bring it up. There we go. Downloading ebooks. So you need 3 things in order to use one of these ebooks. You need a supported ebook reader app. So that is Adobe Digital Editions on the Mac or PC, or Blue Fire Reader on iOS, Android, or Amazon Fire tablets. So I can just click on this link if I'm on a desktop computer. So I'll do Adobe Digital Editions. This takes me directly to the download page, and I just choose Mac or Windows, whichever one I'm on. Download, run that installer to install the software. Now I already have it installed, so I'm not going to do that right now. Next, you need an Adobe ID to authorize your ebook reader app. So this is once the book is checked out and fulfilled to your device, it'll be tied to your Adobe account. So if you need to use, if you use multiple devices, if you have a desktop and a laptop, you can sync that book between your devices and sync your place in that book. So this is optional. You can do it without an Adobe ID, but we recommend that you go ahead and get an Adobe ID. It's just a nice thing to do. So we can pop over here and sign up for an Adobe ID. Just a little bit of information, email address, password, and you've got it. You're ready to go. I already have an Adobe ID, so I'm going to skip this right now. So I'm already set. And lastly, you need a personal EBSCOhost account to track your checkouts, and you'll be prompted to create that when you go and check out the book for the first time. So let's try this one more time, see if we can get this going. Otherwise, we'll move on. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to work for me tonight. So what this will bring up is just an option to, first it'll ask me to sign in. So then I can either sign in with my account or for the first time create my account. And then once I've created my account with EBSCOhost, I can choose my checkout period. I can choose PDF or EPUB if there's an option for that. And then download to my device, and that will hop over here in Adobe Digital Editions. Earlier, I downloaded J. Sklar's commentary on Leviticus. And so this is what that'll look like. So I can jump to a section and read through that book. And then when the checkout period is over, this book will automatically lock, and I won't be able to access it again unless I recheck it out and re-download the book. So let's go back to, let me close out of this book here, and we'll go back to the catalog. I'm done with that one. So let's try a different book on a different service. So let's do number 2 here. So this one is from the ACLS Humanities collection. So this looks a little different. So these are unlimited user access. So I just pop in here. I can read the book online. Again, before I hit the screen, if I'm off campus, I'd be required to log in with my Covenant ID. I can read the entire book. I can download or read individual chapters. And just go into the book there. Take a second to load. There we go. You can pop open the table of contents here and read through the book. So that's that one. Let's try a different one. Come down here at Blackwell Companion to Christian Ethics. This one's on the Credo reference platform, which we'll talk about in just a second a little bit more, but I'll jump in here. And so I come right in, I get to a table of contents, and then I can jump into one of these essays. And I can download that as a PDF, send it to Google Drive, or just read it here online. And we'll take a look at one more. Scroll down here. This one is a Cambridge University Press title that's on Cambridge's ebook platform. And very similar, I get the table of contents here, and I can open up the PDF for whichever chapter I want to read. And I can download that to my computer and hang on to that for my research. So we talked about the 2 ways of accessing those ebooks. So we have that EBSCO ebook search, which has the Covenant-owned EBSCO ebooks, as well as the Mobius emo collection, and then the Covenant catalog, which has the same Covenant-owned EBSCO ebooks selections from the Mobius collection emo, as well as some titles on Cambridge University Press, Project Muse, and ACLS Humanities. So next thing is the online reference search. So again, under other catalogs, another option is the online reference option. And what's available in there is books on Credo reference. So that's biblical studies and theology, dictionaries and encyclopedias. You have the Gale Virtual Reference Library. We have titles, encyclopedias on religion, counseling, education. We have the Oxford Reference Platform, more encyclopedias for biblical studies and theology, and De Gruyter, which we have just one title on there with the Encyclopedia of the Bible and its Reception. So we have a way to search all of those all at once. And by clicking here on online reference, take it into this search form, and I'm going to look at atonement. And so it's just going to search each of those platforms and bring back the top results from each. So, for example, Gale Virtual Reference Library here, we have the Encyclopedia Judaica, have the Encyclopedia of Religion, got atonement, Christian concepts, atonement, Jewish concepts, and going down each platform, Credo Reference, Evangelical Dictionary of Theology, Dictionary of Biblical Imagery, and so on. And if I want to read any of these, I can just click on that. It'll take me into the platform and bring up that article for me to read. And so there we go. And that's online reference. So now let's talk about EJournals. So where do EJournals live for us? So we have EJournals in our research databases. You've probably already seen some of those turning up if you've done any searching in the ATLA religion database, for instance, where you get those PDFs showing up in your search results. So we have that content there living in the databases. We have EJournals on publisher websites as part of subscriptions that we have to those journals. So we have subscription access to publisher content on the publisher website. And then we have open access journals. So this is a growing category of material that is published in scholarly journals that are available for free online. And you can access these through two different ways. So either you can get at them through a database search. You're interested in a topic, you want to see what's written out there, you get some results, and then you access the journal material that way. Or perhaps you have a citation, or you're just interested in a particular journal. And so we have a way for looking for a specific title in our journals list. So let's take a look at that. I'll pop out to Covenant Library website again. And so two things. So one, under other catalogs, the journals list. So this is our list of all the journals that we have access to in print, online. This is the master list. So I'm going to open up that in one tab. That's what that looks like. So I can just search for any journal title and see how we can access it. I'm also going to scroll down here to our journal articles databases section and view the databases. Go into religion and theology, and we'll go into ATLA religion. So we're going to start with Journal of Biblical Literature. So let's search for that, see where we have access to that. Meanwhile, while that's searching, I'm going to do a search in the ATLA religion database for articles in that journal. So source, I'm telling it I want to find articles where the source of the article is that journal. So I'll search and leave that in the background. Okay, so back over to the journals list. So here's Journal of Biblical Literature, and there's a number of places we can go to get access to it. So we have the ATLA religion database, has it from 1890 all the way back to 1890 up until, it says 2017, maybe a little sooner than that now. Sometimes, there's just a little delay in getting this information updated. We have this other database, Academic Search Premier, 1973 to current, same thing in Humanities International Complete. And then there's some early content available over on JSTOR. That's just freely available to anybody. So I could kick through, if I really want to see the most recent content, I can go through to Academic Search Premier from here. Brings up the page for Journal of Biblical Literature, and over here I can browse for whichever issue I want to find. So here's summer 2018. Let's see what we got. There we go. There's all the articles in that issue. And the PDF is right there. So let's see what we found over in the ATLA religion database. So, and we found those results, and there's the PDFs. So I can just click those and view the PDF right there online. Okay. So let's take a look at another example. So this time we'll do expository times. And same thing, While that's looking for that, we'll do the same search over in ATLA. So in this case, expository times. So this is a journal that we have online access from the publisher, Sage Online, their platform, 1999 to current. Database Academic Search Premier only goes from 2003 to 2007. So if I wanted something newer than 2007, I would definitely have to go through the publisher. And I can click through there to the publisher's website and browse the journal, current issue, all issues, and find whichever issue I need. There's the current one, past one. Let's see what we found over on the ATLA side. So we got some search results here. Now it's showing, usually shows the most recent ones first for a search like this. And so you can see, yeah, no PDFs showing up here. But what you get instead is this find full text at Covenant. And so this is the way we go to find things that aren't available in the database. And so that says, hey, this is available on Sage Online. And I can click over to that and again, browse for the issue that I need. Pop over here, I need 129.12. We go all issues, volume 129, issue 12, and I can find my article. And I lost my list. Close some of these tabs. Okay, one more example. Biblical and Ancient Greek Linguistics. This is an open access title. I kind of like it just because their acronym is BAGEL. So I'll search for that in the journals list. We'll search for it in ATLA and see what pops up. So again, so this shows that for this journal, 2012, volume 1, so from the beginning to the current, is just freely available online. And we also have in our print collection. But so for online access, you can just click there to go to their website and browse for the issue that I need. Very similar thing in ATLA Religion as we saw before. So ATLA does not have the full text in the database itself, so we click Find Full Text at Covenant. That service tells us that it's freely available online. And again, pops me over to the publisher website where I can find the issue that I need. There we go. That was the article, and there it is. So that's how to access eBooks and eJournals. Sorry that we could not get a download going tonight. If you need any help with that, if you have any questions about accessing this sort of material, please feel free to contact the library. Start a chat with us, send us an email, set up an appointment. Thanks.